interesting game today. Our last opportunity to see the team before we play Sunderland next weekend. There's one more game behind closed doors. But it's going to be an interesting game, I think, anyway. And so, well, we're going to discuss in this video what we hope to see and probably what we're going to see. We promised you boosted odds. We got boosted odds. I absolutely already love this tie-up and this partnership with BoyleSports. I think is absolutely brilliant. So we've actually got some boosted odds for today. I've written it down. Let me tell you what it is. It's West Ham to win, both teams to score. Normally that'd be 5-2. That's now 4-1. We're going to carry on doing this. We're going to carry on giving you boosted odds. And, I mean, we've had, different things. West Ham have had different sponsors before, but I think this is the first time we're going to probably see, like, an official sponsor, which will give West Ham fans a direct benefit. And you're going to get really, really good odds. So do make sure that you use the link in the description below to join BoyleSports from this link. Don't just go and search it. Join it from this link. If you do that, I know you've joined from Hammer's Chat. And you've got to deposit a tenner, spend a tenner on a bet, and you will get £30 worth of free bets. And that's in sports bets. You'll also get another tenner for casino bets. 40 quid's worth of free bets. But please do use the link in the description below. 18 years and above. Gamble responsibly. Mums and dads, no boys and girls, of course, for this stuff. But we're really, really happy with this tie-up. And thanks for all your lovely comments yesterday, by the way. It was really, really very much appreciated. So thank you very much indeed. Today's game, I'm looking forward to it. I feel somebody wrote in the comments yesterday, am I detecting a hint of positivity? Yeah. You probably are. I've spent so long thinking we're going to get relegated, and I don't think we're going to win the Club World Cup. But I'm now not so sure we're going to get relegated. So actually, incrementally, we were down there. It's not like I'm up there. I was down there, and I've moved from there to about there. But that's all right. I don't mind that because that's going in the right direction. Let's be fair, we couldn't really drop any further in the opposite direction. And I did feel that our league position last season was false, a bit false really. Not in a good way, because there's no way that I would expect both Manchester United and Tottenham to, actually, let me just rephrase that. There's no way that I would expect Manchester United to finish lower down than us this season. Tottenham, do you know what? I don't know if you watched Bayern Munich against Tottenham. I think it was 4-0. It could have been 9-0. It should have been. Could have been. Should have. I think Kane should have scored thrice. I think Goretzka didn't get any goals at all. He should have scored thrice. They changed everybody, I don't know, after about 70 minutes, something like that. Anyway, no, they're a very good team, Bayern Munich, but yeah, they looked a long way off. Tottenham. Anyway, there you go. So what are we going to see? What are we going to see in this game against Lille? Well, they've got new stuff going on. I mean, they've lost arguably their two best players, of course, in Jonathan David, Angel Gomez, both of whom we were linked with, and never really stood a chance of getting either of those. Midfield is going to remain a problem. So I'd like to see us try something a little bit different, but I also would understand if he feels the need, Potter, to give Edson Alvarez some game time because he's not had any, not for West Ham. Doesn't mean he's unfit, as I mentioned in yesterday's video. He's played, obviously, in the Gold Cup, so he's not had a completely inactive summer. Play a lot of football, these players, really, don't they? I don't know, not it's got anything to do with me in particular, but, Chelsea won that Club World Cup, didn't they? And so those players have probably had no break. It's a little break, not much, hey? They've been doing pre-season as well. Anyway, looking forward to seeing more of Magic Diouf. I just, want to see more and more. But what we didn't really get to see was much of Luis Guilherme in the other game, in the last game. And I was expecting him to get a little run out against Bournemouth. He didn't. It might be advantageous for us to give him a game, because I think we're probably going to need him. I'm sure you've seen the news now. There was speculation because Crescencio Somerville had been pictured doing training. And because of that, people were saying, he's going to play. But there was a noticeable difference. He wasn't doing the ball training, as far as I noticed. And every time he was pictured, he didn't have he had the sports bra on, if you noticed. So I don't know what that does. I don't know what the sports bra. I know what a sports bra does. I don't know what it does for a gentleman, if you know what I mean. Well, actually, I know what it would do for me, but a man at a peak fitness like Crescencio Somerville, I'm not so sure. So anyway, I do know enough that it symbolises that they're not quite fit. If you're not fit, you wear a bra. If you're completely injured, you probably wear some knickers or something like that anyway. Crescencio Somerville, he's not going to be playing a part. He's not going to be ready until September, apparently. So I think we're going to see as close to Graham Potter's first team as is possible. So I think we'll see Bowen and I think we'll see Füllkrug, and they're playing as a two, really, aren't they? They're sort of, Bowen was dropping deep a lot against Bournemouth, but he did okay some of the time. With that, obviously scored a goal. It's the crosses from Magic Diouf that I'm looking forward to seeing most. And I do think, as I mentioned in my review, I think Bowen is going to have to, get used to that, and he will. They'll be thriving on it. Did you hear this story? That I can't even remember where I saw. I read it. I read the story somewhere. That when Diouf joined, he said to Füllkrug, "How'd you like your crosses?" Nice. Bit like going into the cafe and them asking, "How'd you like your eggs?" Anyway, and I don't know what the answer was, by the way. I don't know what the answer was. But Bowen hasn't really got a chance because of the trajectory of the way they're coming in. Basically, it's either going to be, "How'd you like your crosses, Jared?" Well, probably going to have to be some right foot, aren't they? So I think that's going to happen quite a lot. So there's goals to come from that partnership. So yeah, that should be good. And I dare say he'll supply Füllkrug too. Looking forward to Paquetá with his pecker up again. He's then been just like a new player, really, isn't he? I did notice yesterday a little bit of speculation about Newcastle might be interested. No, leave it out. Honestly, well, it's not up to me. I don't decide who we buy and sell at West Ham, of course. But I'd actually say no. No, let's keep him for the season. I want to keep him. He's a very, very good player, and he's one of our best players. I guess he's going to work on the back three again, isn't he? With Jean-Claire Todibo, Max Kilman, and Nathan Gerd. Obi-Wan Bissaka, rampaging down the right. It's midfield. I think if we see James Ward-Prowse in this, then that's it. That's what you're getting. He would have played and started. It just seemed like he has been the main man throughout pre-season in midfield. And that's the position that I want us to replace more than any other. I did the 60-second update yesterday about Jacob Ramsey, and yeah, that would be a shame, because I think he'd be the type of player that would do very, very well in there. But there are other players, and that's fine. But we're still missing a really big component part of the team. I'm guessing we won't see Hermansen, which I've not overly discussed him. But I think a big component part of the team is, when we get going, he's going to be that guy that's got the energy, got the legs, but also can play the one-touch passing that's going to knit it together. I think his starting lineup is going to be quite telling in terms of Freddie Potts. So I would think if you don't see Freddie Potts starting against Lille, then we're not going to see him against Sunderland. From the start, I mean. I think he'll play plenty. This season. I just mean for that first game. I guess, do you know what? I forgot all about him. I guess we'll see Callum Wilson, won't we? If we do, then that's great, but I don't want it to be at the expense of Marshall. I still want to see Marshall. I think that's almost like PR. That's almost like, and I mean messaging to the player, to Marshall. I think that's really key. If that would be a really, really good signal to send, actually, from Graham Potter to Marshall. If at whatever point after 60 minutes he's going to substitute Füllkrug or Bowen, it's Marshall that he brings on first. Or he brings on Marshall at the same time as Wilson, or something like that. I think the wrong messaging is, they hold up the numbers to do the substitution, and it's Wilson that comes on. I think, oh, yeah. Not first. I don't particularly want to see Rodriguez again. I just don't think he's going to feature. I don't think there's any point. I do understand why we've been playing him a little bit to put him in the shop window. It's not really worked. It's like putting your bike in the shop. You want to sell your bike on eBay and taking photos of it, but then when people zoom in, they see the chains all rusty and stuff like that. Anyway, I don't know if you know this. I'll tell you this now. I've set up the Hammers Chat Fantasy Football. It's been going for years. I think there's like 1,000 members or something like that. I'll put the code, the join code, underneath here, right? I know everyone's in lots of leagues and all the rest of it. And I'm not going to promise you the world if you win this. I'm sure we'll dig something out of somewhere, prize out from somewhere, I've no doubt. But, so I had to do the team. And so what I did my team, and it said choose a name. Okay, I choose a name. You have to do your own team before you can reactivate your mini league, right? And I did the team. I thought I just called it Speedo Rodriguez. And so I was waiting and waiting and waiting. It said they'll wait to authorise my team name. I thought, all right, well, that's a bit weird, isn't it? And I got an email back from the Premier League Fantasy Football saying I'd created an offensive team name, right? And I now had, I think it was something like 3 more chances or 4 more chances to redo my team name. And if I carried on doing offensive things, then they would cancel my account, which would mean the mini league would be cancelled as well. So there you go. So anyway, so I went in. I thought, well, I'll just change it to something. And I think I was going to do Aaron Ward-Peters. I was going to mix up all the triple-barreled names. I was going to do something like that, right? But it said, because I think it said change name, right? So I went to click on it where it said change name. It just was on change name. So that my team name, and I can't change it now. My team name in fantasy football is change name. So just in case you see it, I'm not. It's not me being funny. It's a punishment. I've had my bum smacked for doing something which apparently Speedo Rodriguez is offensive. Clearly no fan of swimming trunks, are they, this mob? Anyway, there you go. I didn't think it was particularly offensive. Just a little play on words because he's not a very fast runner. That's all it was. Quite innocent stuff, really. But yeah, I've been accused of dodgy shenanigans. Skullduggerous naming of imaginary football teams. I'm taking it very seriously, aren't they? Anyway, it's all right. It's up and running. I'll put the code, if I remember, I'll put the code in. If I don't, because by the time, what I've got to do now is I've got to edit this video. By the time I've edited it, I'll put the logos in, I'll do the intro, the outro, all that stuff, the end slate. I can forget a lot of stuff. It probably takes me about half hour to edit the video and do it all. A lot of stuff can be forgotten in half hour. So if I do forget, you give me a little nudge and say, "Oi, don't forget that code," and I'll pin it to the top comments in the video. But it'll be in the description. So is, by the way, I'll tell you what else is in your description is your BoyleSports join up code. Go and get your £40 worth of free bets.